This is Home Inspector ND. Today's short video is about this device attached to an electrical panel. This is called a whole house surge protection device, and its purpose is to protect the entire house from unwanted electrical surges. Whereas a typical surge bar protects a single receptacle, this device protects all of them. So you can see the advantages of such a device. We are talking about protecting all of your appliances, your audio video equipment, and your computers. So what do these surge protection devices actually protect? They protect the house from external surges, such as damaged utility lines, power outages, or indirect light. But there is no guarantee of protection from a direct lightning strike. There are also internal surges, such as motors and tools, your HVAC, and large appliances. Now, be aware of how your panel was installed in the house. It would either be surface mounted, like this panel, or flush mounted. Surface mounted panels should be installed on a non-combustible backboard, giving you direct access to the sides of the panel. This makes it easy to install a whole house surge device. Flush mounted means it's recessed and flat with the drywall, usually between two studs. This makes installing this whole house surge nearly impossible, but there are solutions that we will discuss. This surge device does not need to be from the same manufacturer as the panel. So I can install this square D surge device into this commander panel. It can also be good for most residential panels from 60 to 200 amps. There are 4 wires coming from the surge device. You have the neutral wire, ground wire, and your 2 hots that connect to a double pole breaker. What amperage breaker do you need? Well, you need to read the manufacturer's instructions because each may give you a different answer. Usually they will give a range from 15 to 30 amps or more. For best performance, most manufacturers recommend that the wires be cut as short as possible, with the device close to the breaker it's attached to. The green LED light indicates it's operational. No light means it's done and it needs to be replaced. You can buy these from most home improvement stores, and the prices range from $100 to about $350. The higher end models have additional features, such as surge protection for cable and telephone lines. There are also internal whole house surge devices. These are easier to install because you don't have to remove the knockout, attach the device to the side, and then connect 4 wires to a breaker that you may have to buy. You just have to find 2 empty spaces and plug it into the panel like a breaker. But here you must match it with the same manufacturer, if they even make one. Of note, there are surge breakers that are almost as easy to install, with just 1 wire to connect to the panel. The benefits of the external version are that there's no need to match the manufacturer brand, and some older brands, such as Federal Pioneer, do not even offer surge breakers. External versions can have higher specs and some extra surge features. These surge protection devices do in fact run warm, as you can see here. So the warm surge device is not next to your other breakers. The benefits of the internal version are that they are less expensive, are much easier to install, and there is no need to buy an extra breaker. It is also the option if you have a surface mounted panel with limited access to the sides of the panel. Finally, once installed, check the device occasionally if it's still operational, especially after a major storm. Now, the one thing that we're not going to address in this video is all the specifications of surge devices and what they mean. That's because I think that deserves a separate video on its own. But there is one common question we often get from customers in the world of whole house surge devices that I do want to address. And that is, well, what's the joule rating of the device? We're used to seeing on surge bar packaging 1,000 or 3,000 joules of protection. It's usually used as a marketing tool to show customers what gives more protection. Is it really useful for you to determine how well a whole house surge device does its job? Well, not really. Simply put, joule ratings can be misleading, so it's an irrelevant spec. I'm going to give you an example from a manufacturer of surge devices themselves. You can have a 170 volt MOV with a higher joule rating, but a lower rated 150 volt MOV can have a much lower let-through voltage and offer better surge protection. So a higher joule rating for a whole house surge device does not necessarily mean more protection. Also, companies can measure the joule rating differently, so comparing the rating from one product to another can be misleading. Thank you for watching our short video on whole house surge protection.